All right, I want to start out by saying a very happy Thanksgiving from our family to yours on this Thanksgiving morning. We're going to do our NFL predictions for week number 12. We start out going into week 11. We'll do a recap. Brady was at 88. I was at 97. Or Ethan was at 97, and I was at 100. And so the Thursday night game we threw out. We didn't get all our predictions in time, so we threw that game out. Ethan and Brady both had Cleveland. I had Pittsburgh, and I was glad that I was wrong on that because I'm glad to see Pittsburgh lose to Cleveland. But they both got a point for that. We all had Detroit. None of us had the Chargers. We all had the Chargers, but Green Bay won, so none of us got points for that. We all had Miami. Ethan and Brady took the Giants over Washington. I was actually shocked with this. I thought Washington was going to be a little better. They were at home, but I was wrong. We all had Dallas. We all had Jacksonville. We all had Houston. We all had San Francisco. Brady and I took Buffalo over the Jets. Ethan went with the Jets. He missed that one. And none of us had the Rams beating Seattle. And Brady and I had Denver over Minnesota. Denver's been rolling. I can't believe it. They're 5-5 now. Ethan went with Philly, and he got the double points for being the only one to pick that. Brady and I both took Kansas City. So, coming into week number 12 on this Thanksgiving, Brady has 96. I have 108, and Ethan is leading with 109. So, still very close. And we got 3 games today on Thanksgiving. We all have Detroit over Green Bay. How times have changed. I cannot believe Detroit as good as they are, and I'm glad because it's been a long time, really my whole life, that they've actually been decent. We all have Dallas over Washington. Washington always plays Dallas tough, so we'll see. Well, not always, but a lot of times they do. And then we all have San Francisco over Seattle, which is probably maybe one of the closer games today. It's got to be the closest game, on paper at least. But we all have San Francisco winning that. We all have Miami over the Jets. Ethan and I went with New Orleans. You notice Brady here, if you pick a solo team, so if you're the only one, like Brady is the only one here to pick Atlanta, and if he gets that right, he'll get double points. So he's a little behind, so he needs those points. So he's got Atlanta over the Saints. Ethan and I both have Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. Without Burrow, we'll see how they do. I'd like to see Cincinnati win, but Brady's got Atlanta and Cincinnati, and he took Carolina over Tennessee. Now, Tennessee's not that good. Carolina, they're not that good either, so really anything can happen there. Brady and I got Indy. Ethan has the solo pick there for the Buccaneers. Brady also went with the Patriots, and Ethan and I went with the Giants. Now, the Giants were good last week. Patriots are not that great. That's another game that could go either way. So Brady has, the Carolina game could go either way. The Patriots game could go either way. Atlanta, they're pretty evenly matched. Even Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Pittsburgh's not that great, but Cincinnati don't have Burrow. So if Brady, he could really rack up some double points there. So we'll see what happens. We all have Cleveland over Denver, though Denver is playing good, so I wouldn't be surprised. We all have the Rams over the Cardinals. We all have Kansas City over Vegas. We all have Philly over Buffalo. Buffalo, I believe now is 5-5. Wow, they would not be in the playoffs for today. We all have Baltimore, and we all have Minnesota. So a lot of the same there, but then Brady's got some picks there, solo picks. So should be interesting to see what happens. Thanks for watching our NFL predictions. We'll be back next week with week number 13. Don't eat too much.